Hey there, it's day 122. It's 38 degrees Fahrenheit and everything is quite wet and misty. There you go. So it's chilly and I'm gonna get hiking, get some blood flowing. It's only 10 miles into town. Let's do this, let's hike. Countless pretty lakes here. It's so nice, but we can't stop for all of them because we got places to be.
We just finished a climb that made that really steep climb yesterday look like child's play. We thought there was only small climbs today, but I would not even really describe yesterday's as being that steep. This was steep, and it was rocky and rooty. We just want to get to town. Ski lifts means we're close to town. Excited about it. I don't need no ski lift to carry me up the mountain. I do it myself. We are coming up on Stevens Pass, and not a moment too soon, we are starving. We made it to Leavenworth. We're about to go set up camp at the KOA, get a much needed shower, do some laundry, all that good stuff. Yeah. Hello. I thought I would make a little video update here, just kind of what's going on. We're currently zeroing in Leavenworth off of Stevens Pass. The initial plan was not to zero here, to get out early this morning, but when we got into Stevens Pass, we saw that there was a new update on the PCTA website about a potential fire closure in the next section. The closure was imminent. They were urging people not to go into the trail, and a detour would be posted at some point. The news was really slow coming from the PCTA, and we realized there was a holiday weekend, so that was probably what was going on. And now the holiday weekend is over, and it has been confirmed that that portion of the trail is in fact closed. We went to the ranger station. There's about 3 or 4 fires kind of threatening the PCT right now. So the current detour in the next section, there's about 7 miles of trail that are closed. And it's about a 20-mile detour, so an extra 13 miles. Apparently pretty heavy elevation changes, kind of dips down to a valley and then right back up. And then we've heard from people who have tried to go north that the smoke conditions are quite bad out there, that they had to eventually turn around. We're not so sure about that. We also heard conflicting reports that there's a bridge out at some point, which will require another long detour. I'm not so sure about that one. We've kind of heard conflicting reports, like I said. So long story short, basically, with all the fires going on and everything else that's going on, we are now very seriously considering skipping this and the next section of trail, taking some public transport up to Mazama, which will leave us about 50 miles to the border, which would be kind of a huge bummer, but it's just becoming a logistical nightmare to figure out how we're going to walk these next 100 trail miles from where we are to Stehekin, which is the next stop, and that 100 miles is quickly becoming closer to 120 to like 150 miles because of the detours and with elevation changes and smoke, it might just not be worth it. So we decided to take a zero here and kind of try to get our bearings and figure out what we're going to do. But it's looking pretty strongly like we will flip up and skip a large section of Washington, which is obviously incredibly disappointing, but might just be the smart thing to do. There is a fire, a sourdough fire, that is kind of near the final section of the PCT, which I don't really know very much about it. We have the number of the the ranger's office up there that we'll probably call and see if that's at all threatening to close that section of the trail. But we're also kind of a little bit worried about that, and we would like to touch the border before that situation gets any worse. I certainly don't think it's dangerous at this point, but you just never know if trail closures will start, and that would really suck to kind of fight our way through this really tricky section with all the fires going on and then not even be able to finish up at the border. So that's kind of where we're at right now. It kind of sucks. I'm pretty bummed, to be honest with you, but we can't really control it, so we're just kind of hanging out, making the best of it. And I guess one silver lining is this might give us a little bit more time to finish up some of the California miles that we skipped, which would be nice. It would just mean we'll have to come back to Washington some other time and fill in these miles.
So while we waited for the trail reports to come in, we played tourist in Leavenworth. We did some silly tourist stuff, and we had some awesome food and beer with our friends. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.